Hello, what's your name?
Ishan.
Okay. Welcome to DroidJam, Ishan. How was your experience here? Like, what was the best moment that you liked?
Okay, so I think the host was really good and the talks were really in depth. So I already know mostly the topics, but the depth I got to know about these things. Like for coroutines, I got to know how deeply we can use them in Android and how we need to manage for a scalable actual app. That was really good.
What do you do?
I'm an Android developer in Delhi at Social Corps.
And like, is it your first Android conference?
It's my first Android conference.
So, can you cite one example that you learned in the conference and that you would apply after going back to the work tomorrow on Monday, basically?
Yes, so I think the state management which Garima Jain gave over the MVI pattern, I think the state management will be helpful for me because I have to manage multiple states on a single app. I think that I would like to try and implement in my app.
Cool. Thank you so much, Ishan. Hello, what is your name?
My name is Gaurav Bhatnagar.
What do you do?
I'm an Android lead at Maersk. Maersk is shipping company, so I'm just like basically in charge of all their Android apps at present.
Is this your first Android conference?
No, this is my second one. So I went to GDD last year, and this is my second like premier conference as such. Yeah.
What is the best moment of your conference?
So the basic intention was always to like what are the new things coming in Android so that we can apply in our apps. So the go-to thing was here like in the talks, like the one by Amrit Sanjeev, like how to use app bundles because that's the go-to thing right now to reduce our sizes. So that was the key thing. And also regarding architectures, so like the talk by Garima right now, like how to use MVI, or I would say the talk about by Saket about keeping single source of truth. So those are the basic things which are the takeaway points which we should, and anyways like some of the other things we are also following, but how to make it better. So that really was helpful. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks a lot. Hello. What is your name?
My name is Gaurav.
What do you do, Gaurav?
I work as Android developer with Hike.
Is this your first Android conference?
This is my second Android conference.
What was your best moment for the conference, or the main key takeaway that you'll take back on Monday and you'll apply in your organization?
So I think so. One of the intentions for me coming to the conference was actually getting to know the trend that is happening around the developer community, and with the sense of with the talks that happened, I could actually get out some of the trends that are happening with the frameworks around single source of truth, where it was persistence as a single source of truth or MVVI. And definitely I was exploring other, so I'm already working on React Native, so I was exploring other cross-platform approaches as well, so frameworks as well, and Flutter was something that has always been on my mind, and the talks around Flutter were really helpful and could help me get a clear picture of whether as a business we should go ahead with it or not, and definitely I'll go and discuss it with my senior managers and CEOs, so that was really helpful.
Cool, thanks a lot. Can you introduce yourself?
Sure. My name is Ritesh. I'm an Ash developer at Fuel.
Garima from Fueled.
My name is Rajiv. I'm an Android developer at Hashler.
My name is Shivam Chopra and I work at NTS.
I'm Vikas from Zappo.
Can you all share one moment that is like the best moment of this conference?
I think it's not about the one moment, it's about the collective moment that we had so far in the past 2 days. I think from the day one it has been, like the organization has been pretty amazing. Be it the speakers, the talk, the stage or the food, like everything is perfect has been from the day one.
One moment would be when Ritesh introduced himself as Garima.
Was that mistaken or like I think it was an accidental, I'm guessing. Okay, good.
Yeah, that was really great.
My one moment would be I think when the Gradle build was happening on stage and everybody was holding their breath thinking like, oh God, please succeed. So yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
So my one moment would be like the yesterday's Flutter talk. The building time was very less, so I loved it.
Yeah, mine would be the talk about the DEX classes and stuff. I've never seen that in any tech talk.
Okay, what is the one thing that you will take back on Monday and you'll apply that in your organization?
I think I'll just go and relax now. It's been quite a journey so far and I've met so many people, so many thoughts, everything. I'm just going to sit back and relax and let's see what's next. I'm not sure.
So you'll decide and you'll take some time and decide that one thing.
So for me, the conference is important because coming from the iOS background, it's good for me to do a contrast between what's in Android and what's happening in Android, so that I can maybe learn in iOS and improve things. So that's what's learning for me.
Yeah, I would like to say two things. One thing is I already wanted to try out Flutter, so I'm going to do more, and now I'm more inspired to do that. And the second thing is I really liked Soham's talk, and I'm going to try out all the tools, and like we have to give sort of a presentation about the conferences. So I'll add that.
Two things actually. One, I think Sanket's talk about persistent state, something which we've been mulling over how to go about doing it, probably pick that up. Second, we have already an MVP system. These guys did a wonderful talk on MVI, so probably look into how I can do a hybrid model. Yeah.
So mine would be same as Garima's. I will give Flutter a try.
Yeah, same for me also. I'll give Flutter a try, and seeing how the community reacted to React Native, it's like a good time to start.
Okay, thanks a lot. Hello, welcome to DroidJam. Can you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Kumar Rangarajan, co-founder of a company called Slang Labs.
What does your company do?
We build voice interface platforms to make any mobile application talk to it.
So is this your first Android conference?
No, this is probably my fifth or sixth. I've been to multiple. Yeah.
So what is the one key takeaway that you learned from this conference, and on Monday when you go back to office you will apply there?
Yeah, I think the one is the big focus on the reactive style of programming. See, almost no code is there on the traditional style. Everything is all reactive, whether it's in RX Java or in Flutter, another style. So I think that seems to really be the takeaway here for us to now go back and check, hey, maybe we should also go check out the reactive style.
And what did you learn, like one special moment of this conference?
So especially the last talk about that state, a single source of state being the source of truth. I think that seems to be an interesting thing because we've been hitting some problems which we think that would potentially help us solve. We should go back and relook at that.
Cool. Thanks a lot. Hello, can you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Soham, one of the speakers here. I spoke on material design.
I'm Raghunath. I work with a consultancy design studio called Uncommon.
Okay, what was the best moment of this conference that you liked?
I think just meeting so many people who are really interested in Android, just meeting them and understanding what they're working on is really interesting.
Similar ideas, like I love to meet a lot of people from all across India. I also got some really nice ideas and interesting thoughts, which I would probably go back and evaluate.
What was the one thing that you'll go back on Monday and try to apply in your work?
So I talked about material design, which is not just a design guideline, it's also a series of components and frameworks and tooling that can help you do your work. So I'm very interested about material design and would definitely try it and just implement it.
Yeah, I would probably go back and try Flutter. That is something that I would love to evaluate. And I also, I've been speaking with Soham regarding design. So Sketch is something that I will download along with the material design plugin and then evaluate that as well.
Cool. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Can you introduce yourself?
My name is Amrit. I work as a developer advocate at Google and manage partnerships at Google.
Okay. How was the conference so far?
I think it was great. The content was really up to the mark. A lot of the sessions had new information which I haven't heard for a lot of conferences in terms of all these sessions had something new that I could learn from the speaker. So that was really nice.
What is the thing that what is your best moment for this conference?
I think the Android runtime talk was something that was really, really nice. Being an OS guy, I loved that one. It was reiterating through all that we learned over the years, and it was presented so well. It brought back all the Android memories, all the tough learning ones.
Okay, thanks a lot. Hello, can you introduce yourself?
My name is Krishna Teja. I work at Dell, and I'm a software developer. And I develop Android apps for out of my own interest.
So you don't work on Android in Dell. You basically.
Yes, I don't work as a profession, but it's my interest. So I keep developing apps. I put it on Play Store and stuff like that.
Okay, that's great. So is this your first Android conference?
No, I've been attending so many Android conferences. I'm into Android development since 3 years. So meanwhile, I've been doing so many conferences, workshops, attending. Keep on doing this.
So what is the best moment for you in this conference?
This conference, actually, whatever the problem that I'm trying to solve, I got to the good expert people here. I could ask them the questions that I had. They told me that they are also facing the same problem and they are also searching for the solutions. And they gave me some suggestions. How can I build my idea using different technologies? That's really nice, actually.
Can you give some example, like what are the things that you will take back and on Monday you'll apply in your Android apps?
Okay, in my apps, I'm going to introduce the voice assistant and also the yeah, Flutter. And the first one I forgot the UI thing.
Okay, I'll ask this question.
Wait, what's the UI?
Okay. Can you give some examples? What are the things that you will take back and apply in your Android apps on Monday?
So I'm going to add a material design to my applications, and I'm going to add a voice support to my apps using Google Assistant, and I'll definitely use the Flutter in the next coming projects also.
Cool. Thanks a lot. Hello. Can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Kshitij Jain and I'm working as an Android developer for NTS, News Technology Services.
Is this your first Android conference?
No, I've been to many of them, but this one is really great.
So, what was your best moment of this conference?
So yeah, actually I would like to recommend one talk that I personally like. That's Jitin Sharma's talk about Android runtime. He has made it so obvious and really easy to understand. We might have some perspective like we don't know what under the hood works or something like that, but it was really nice to know how things are working, how DEX classes are working and all that stuff.
What did you take from the conference and apply back on Monday in your work?
Actually, I would like to try out an app bundles first of all. So let's see how much it reduces the APK size, and let's see how it helps us.
Cool. Thanks a lot.